up, fragrant world? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. My name is Justin Copeland, and on this channel, Stay Fresh Productions, we talk about everything dealing with fragrances. If you have any interest in that kind of content, learning more about fragrances, top 10 lists, critical discussions, then you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the Fresh Squad today. Again, simple as a click, and you are a member of the squad indefinitely until for some reason you decide to leave. I'm not sure why you would do that, but would love to have you as a part of the Freshest Squad. Thank you so much in advance. Let's dive right into this video. Today we're talking about similar fragrances. Now, this is kind of in line with the video I did with Grace. The last video, if you missed that, we called it This or That, and we were pairing off similar fragrances to one another, having her blind sniff them and having her choose which one she likes more, again, just based on what she smells, not knowing what they are or what they look like or anything. And that was a real fun video. It seems a lot of you really enjoyed that. I'm taking that idea and I'm basically just giving you my spin on it, but we have a whole different crop of fragrances here. We're not using any of the fragrances in that video. So I have some pairs of fragrances in my collection that are similar. They're not copies, there's no clones here. These are all just very similar scent profiles, and I'm just going to tell you which one I prefer out of the pair. Some of them are an easier choice for me, some of them are very hard, but we're going to do our best here. A little caveat, these are similar to my nose on my skin. You may not find all of these completely similar or as similar as I do, and that's okay. Again, this is my video. This is my thoughts and opinions, my experiences that I'm sharing with you. So it's a grain of salt. You already know this. Just got 5 pairs, so let's dive right in. First pair, we got Toy Boy from Moschino. A rose-based scent with some woody and spicy facets. And I'm pairing this off with Cartier Declaration d'un Soir. Also a spicy, woody rose with a freshness to it. They are quite similar in profile. Again, they share a lot of the same fundamental notes, but there's a lot of differences between them, don't get me wrong. Now, which one do I prefer? On any given day, I prefer the Cartier. I do find the Moschino to be a little bit more unique. It's a very different take on this scent profile. It has a little bit of this polarizing nature with this funk to it. If you smell it, you know what I mean. And some days I'm just not in the mood for that. So on most days, I would choose the Cartier. Real easy to wear, beautiful scent profile, beautiful development, great performance, very elegant. Maybe a little bit more elegant than the Toy Boy, but this is still a great scent, don't get me wrong. And this is also a great performer. So of these rose-based scents, I have to go with the Cartier. All right, our next pairing. These two are not quite as similar as the previous pair, but still kind of in the same ballpark. Mandarin, however you want to say it, from Precious Liquid. Beautiful Mandarin based scent, and I paired that off with Tom Ford Mandarino de Amalfi Acqua. Now, of the two, on any given day, if I was to pick them up and smell them on any given day, more times than not, I would pick this one simply because this one has a lot of florals in it. Sometimes I'm not really in the mood for florals. Beautiful stuff, but this one has more of an herbaceous quality that I definitely prefer to florals. I think I just like herbs more than florals in most cases. Both of them have a beautiful, juicy mandarin orange supported by some other greener notes and some other things down below. This one's perhaps a little bit more complex, but again, heavy on the floral. So on any given day, again, I do prefer Mandarin. Beautiful scent. I'm gonna have all these fragrances listed down below in the description, so make sure you check them out if you're interested. Okay, next pairing. This one is a clear winner for me. I already knew it when I picked these off the shelf. We have Bulgari Man from Bulgari, the original, composed by Alberto Morillas, who I think did all of the Man fragrances. And then we have Cartier L'Envol de Cartier. This is the eau de parfum. I haven't tried the eau de toilette, which might even be more similar, but similar scent profile based on 3 basic notes: honey, violet leaf, and vetiver. So a rich sweetness in there with kind of this fresh and kind of almost metallic and green violet leaf. And then they have a woody vetiver. And there's a lot more going on in each one than just that, but those are the 3 building blocks. Of these 2 fragrances, I prefer the Cartier 100% of the time. This has more presence This has better performance, and it just has more character. This one opens beautifully. Maybe it opens a little bit fresher than the Cartier. Has a beautiful lotus blossom note, so it has kind of this fresh, watery nature. But it dries so quickly, very fleeting, and it just turns into vetiver on my skin. Kind of boring, but this one has more character, so I definitely prefer the Cartier. This one might be a little cheaper, but I think this is worth the few extra bucks. So check out either one of these, whichever one sounds interesting to you. I'm not trying to convince you here. I'm just telling you what I like. Our next pairing, these fragrances are very special because they actually came out in the same year. 1992, from two completely different houses. One from Cartier, one from Ralph Lauren. Very similar scent profiles with some subtle differences. We have Cartier, Pasha de Cartier, the original Eau de Toilette, paired off with Ralph Lauren Safari. Both kind of in that fougere territory. Aromatic, spicy, kind of this creamy freshness representing almost like a barbershop style scent. Herbaceous, woody, mossy. This one is heavier on leather. This one almost has this ambery, leathery quality as it dries. A really beautiful scent, but I just prefer the Cartier. It has better performance, it has better presence, it has more character with its spice. There's density to the core of the scent that the Ralph Lauren doesn't have. I think this used to have its density before it was reformulated, but this one still seems to be riding strong, even if it was reformulated. Just has better quality stuff. This just dries down and it smells way more expensive than it really is. You can get both of these pretty inexpensively, but I prefer the Cartier on any given day for sure. But both classics. And our last pairing here, two niche fragrances, similar scent profiles, similar main notes as with the rest of these. Both of them are wonderful. One of them is coming from Amaru. This is called Santal des Indes. One of my favorites from the house, period. For sure. Wow, a beautiful kind of resinous sandalwood scent. Has a bit of this curry vibe. I think there's Immortelle or Curry Tree, one of the two, to give it that familiar quality that you get from Curry Tree or from Immortelle. It's, again, kind of like this culinary, almost sometimes maple syrupy, but kind of savory quality to the fragrance, but mostly smooth, woody, kind of sweet, a little bit resinous. Very beautiful, very elegant. And this is paired off with Halfeti Cedar from Penhaligon's. And this is, as you know, a new discovery for me. Wow. Also has that resinous kind of savory quality from Immortelle, but there's also some cedar wood, obviously, as per the name, dry cedar, but there's a nice, beautiful sweetness in here, maybe even a little bit smoky. I think both of these might be a little smoky. Which one do I prefer? Just by this much, I prefer the Penhaligon's. This scent is just gorgeous. They're both fantastic. I'm talking about a margin of smaller than that. Both fantastic fragrances. Either one would be great to have in your collection. They are quite similar, I gotta say, but again, still distinctly different in their own ways, not clones or anything like that. So hard to choose, but I do really love this scent. I really would love to know what you think. Are there any of the pairs here where you have smelled both fragrances and have deciphered which one you like the most? I would love to know how our tastes match up. Maybe you feel the opposite about some of my pairings. Again, that's what the comments are for. Let's talk about it. I would love to know your thoughts. If you like the video, please like the video. Really appreciate it. Helps out with my visibility across YouTube. And once again, please consider joining the Fresh Squad. Again, as simple as subscribing. It costs you absolutely nothing, and you can always change your mind later. Now, I actually got a pack. I'm getting ready to get on a plane to go to Chicago. I'm not sure when you're gonna see this video, but I'm going to Chicago to finalize all the stuff for the Zaharoff fragrance collaboration. So more on that coming very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.